Hey everyone, this is Brittany Cotton, and this is Trades for Babes. And as in babes, you could take that either way. Babes is in girls, girl power, or babes is in essentially what I wanted it to mean, babe, like a baby. Don't really know anything about it. Kind of just want to get a feel for some of the stuff that you may want to know. You may be thinking about getting into it, may not, just kind of wanting to get your feet wet, all that good stuff. I am by no means a professional. I know nothing about it. It's just something that I'm currently interested in doing. That's kind of been coming up in my life for a while now, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just give it a shot. So I'm just kind of going over all the basics, getting as much knowledge as I can before I kind of plunge into it, because I want to, you know. So again, I'm in by no means a professional. I know nothing, don't claim to. I just kind of want to bring you guys along on this journey with me, for those of you who don't know anything about it either, or just want to kind of see where this journey takes me, before I kind of dive into it. But let me get into it. Let's grab some of my notes. So I've been doing a lot of research. Again, my brother's kind of, he's heavily into it. That kind of got me into it, piqued my interest. And also, I'm a mortgage loan officer in the state of California, and it's been something that comes up a lot. A lot of my clients are heavily into it, and I kind of think it's the wave of the future. So it's kind of something that, I want to be knowledgeable on. I hear people asking me, can they use Bitcoin for a down payment? Which is a valid question in this day and age. And I think, just from my personal experience, it's probably the way that the mortgage market is going to go, to eventually allow things like that. But who knows? That's just my opinion. However, let's dive into some of the basics. So essentially, you've all heard of it, stock market. What is stock market? Stock market is basically made up of exchanges, right? Which means certain stocks inside of the quote unquote stock market. What makes up the market are stocks and buyers and sellers. People that buy stocks, people that sell stocks. That's what creates the stock market. Again, these are all general terms, and for all of you that are well versed in this area, this isn't really going to apply to you, but I mean, you could watch just to see how this pans out for me, and whether I sink or swim. But, it's just something that I'm interested in. If nothing comes of it, at least I know kind of, what it's about. But again, stock market. Okay, that's the first term. When you hear about the market going up or down, all that means is, it's a compilation, a determination of how stocks are doing at that particular time. It could be a particular stock, or it could be the stock market in general. And then ways that the stock market is analyzed is mainly through S&P 500, NASDAQ, and Dow Jones. Those are the main subsets of the whole, stock market industry. They're the ones that hold most of the quote unquote, stocks. Those are terms that you'll probably hear most often. Again, that was S&P 500, NASDAQ, and what was Dow Jones. Some of the things that affect the stock market, and again, this is all basic information. Don't come for me, whatever. This is just, kind of something that I wanted to journal for myself, and see if anyone else is wanting to come along with me. But some of the things that affect the stock market are inflation, war, supply chain, all of that good stuff. Again, basic information, but you kind of want to get an idea of, the basic stuff before you really dive into it. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. Just kind of, reading up on all the information that I can, starting small. And then once I get, more comfortable with the terminology and the way everything works, then I'll kind of like start getting my feet wet, see what I do. But for my general studies and research, what I've learned is the main purpose of trading is to capitalize on a certain event or a certain, I guess, situation in the stock market. The idea is to follow it closely. You really need to spend hours and hours and hours researching the market, familiarizing yourself with the way things are moving so you can kind of get an idea on when the best time is to sell. The whole idea is to invest so that you can capitalize when you do feel like the perfect time to go in and go out. And to sell your stocks would be, that's essentially what you're looking to do, is to capitalize on a certain market, or a specific time when it's best to sell your stocks, and make the biggest amount of profit. And let me see, two terms that I thought were interesting that I had never heard of was a bear market, which means stocks prices are falling and less people are investing. And then there's also the bull market. Or I'm sorry, yeah, I think I said it right. The bear market is when stock prices are falling and the market isn't doing so hot. Bull market is when it's basically a good time in the stock market and stocks are, good. There's a lot of investors. The stocks are up, etc. And I guess what I want to end this with, those are just like basic things to get started with me on my journey for all of you that want to, see how this pans out for me. But after all, having said all that, the main thing is what I gathered is one of the best ways to do that is it's not like a short-term thing. If you want to be successful in the stock market, you really want to have a diversified portfolio, meaning you want to have several different stocks invested into the stock market. It's not something, if all you can start out with is a few, of course, it's better than nothing. But the whole goal is to continue building a portfolio to where you have several different stocks in several different places so that all your eggs aren't in one basket and that you can capitalize so that you're overall winning. And I also realized it's not like a short-term thing either. You're not gonna expect to receive a return on your investment, in short periods of time, although, it's not impossible. But the whole goal is to, once you're in this and you decide, okay, this is something that I want to do, you want to think long term. You don't want to think, oh, this is just like something I want to get in and get out and make a few quick bucks. The stock market is for longevity. You want to have a lot of stocks in a lot of different places, and you want to have them kept in that certain place for a long period of time, not short periods of time, because that's not how you're going to get the best return on your investment. Even when the stock market goes up and down, sometimes it's best to leave it in there because, instead of freaking out and taking out all your stocks, then you could have left it in there and just waited for a better opportunity. The main thing is opportunity, finding the best opportunity. And that's essentially what I gathered, the whole gist of it. And it's not something that you're going to learn overnight. It's something that you have to really take time and energy into. It's not something that you want to get into if you're not willing to put in the time, or at least hire somebody like a broker who knows a little bit more about it. You can do it individually and invest yourself, or you can hire a broker, go through a broker, and they can invest for you, give you advice, etc. But yeah, that's basically all that I have for now. I'm interested to see kind of where this goes. I'm just brushing up on, all of the basics. And I know there's a lot more, but that's what I've gathered so far. And yeah, that's where I'm at. And I wear many different hats. Like, I'm in fashion, this will help me with that. I'm in mortgages, it'll help me with that because, who knows, I may want to invest in some, fashion lines one day. But yeah, that's essentially all that I have for you today. And I'm excited for you guys to follow along with me. Again, I know nothing. This is kind of like trading for dummies. Yeah, I am looking forward to kind of seeing where this all goes. Bye.